Shofar, this is what I gave you now. Really, is a complete, absolute, full, really understanding of the basic understanding of what it's all about. You just got a full, basic understanding of what it's all about. That you should be able to appreciate, the mitzvah. Now I say again, like I told you before, it's really very complicated, complex, deep, full. But a good basic understanding, clear basic understanding of what it's all about, whether you like it or not, you got it, Rabbi say. What I just tried to communicate with you is a full understanding of what it's all about, right? You have the two tekiyas, you have like a sandwich, you have this tsar in the middle, the negative thing, and we keep it, a nuclear fission. That what do you call it? When you have a nuclear
reactor.
What?
Reactor.
Reactor. That's it. You have to keep the radioactive stuff in the middle, and you have to have it confined, right? So that's what it's all about. You got the nuclear stuff in the middle, the radioactive stuff, and you keep it confined by the malchus, on each side. So I say again, whether you like it or not, I just have given you really a full, basic, comprehension of what's going on. So when we blow, when you're going to Beth Hashem, Rosh Hashem, you can blow shofar. So what we do is because, whenever you have a machlokes, in Torah, the Mishnah and the Gemara, so the Chazal, they're pashut the machlokes. You have certain rules of when you have machlokes, what to do with the machlokes. Here is a politic exception. It's an exception that the rules of pashut the machlokes, they didn't apply the rules. That instead of you have three opinions here. So all over the Torah, they got benching, Shabbos, all the mitzvahs of the Torah. When you have a machlokes, they have certain rules of how you deal with the machlokes, and you come out with one shita, one mahalach. Here, by shofar, for some reason, we can imagine what the reason is, because it's so important, the mitzvah of shofar, because it's not just a mitzvah, but you have to understand that with this mitzvah, it's a converter. You have to have the emunah, believe in it, that with this mitzvah, you have the power to convert. You have the power to convert with this mitzvah. It's so important that you should listen to that and take it to heart, into your heart. You should know that you have the power with this mitzvah to convert. You have to believe it real, Rabbi say. You have to believe it for real, that why each yid in Klal Yisrael, it contributes to it. That with your belief in this mitzvah and fulfilling the mitzvah, you can convert, right? You know what that means, convert? You know what it means? Convert means that you have stud missiles, right? You have what do you call it? The Gulf War, right? The Gulf War. You have 39 missiles, major missiles that they shot here, right? 39 missiles that were shot by they had the greatest, engineers there and experts in shooting missiles, right? And they shot 39 missiles. That these missiles, right before they shot at us, they had their own war, the Goyim, and each one of them knocked down buildings and buildings and killed thousands and thousands of people. They weren't playing, marbles. It wasn't Monopoly, right? It was a real McCoy. And each one of these missiles cost, I don't know, probably millions of dollars. And they were fighting each other, Iran, Iraq, and they were shooting these missiles. Each one bullseye and killed thousands and thousands of people. Now these same, was Iraq, Iran? Who was it? Iraq. They racked their brains out, Iraq, and they had the biggest experts shooting it at us. Before they shot it at Iran, and they killed hundreds and thousands of people. Now they're shooting at us. They had the big experts shooting it. But 39 missiles. Each one of them was you know, Rabbi say 39 missiles. Not one of them killed a single Jew. Not one of them. Not one. 39 missiles. And right before it was bullseye, it had killed hundreds and thousands of people. 39, and not one, Rabbi say. Each one was a story. It knocked down buildings also, but just that day, for some reason, people left that building. Each one is a story why they left the building, Rabbi say. You could write books and books and volumes of those 39 missiles. Not one, Rabbi say, not one single one. What do you think did it, Rabbi say? The shofar, blowing that shofar, Rabbi say. These things don't happen by themselves, these miracles that happen. We do it with the shofar, Rabbi say. It's a powerful tool that we have. So, Rabbi say, when we're going to do the mitzvah, we have the declaration of Hashem being Melech, and then we cry with the shofar. How do we cry? We cry, like I started to tell you, instead of making a conclusion of the machlekes and picking one shita like they always do, they paskin like one shita. Over here, because of the importance of the mitzvah that we have to convert, we got to stop those 39 missiles. So the Chazal decided we're going to do all three shitas, because they don't want to take a chance. They're not going to make a psak one of them. We're going to do all three. So they do the sound, the sobbing sound, which is preceded by a tikiyah and followed by a tikiyah. They do the hysteria, right? The hysteria, right? And we call that the trua. The sobbing sound, they call that a shvarim. The hysteria, they call that a trua. And they do the third shita are both together, right? Right? So now you have right three types of fulfillment of the mitzvah. You have what you call both of them together, what you call shvarim trua. The shvarim is the sob, the trua is the hysteria, preceded and followed by a tikiyah. And then you have just the sobbing, because maybe that's the right way in Har Sinai. So you have tikiyah, sobbing, and then the tikiyah. And then you have the other way, the third way, the hysteria, right? So you have tikiyah, hysteria, and the tikiyah, right? So I think that's very clear. Now, you might have been in a shul last year, somewhere in a synagogue, whatever, and you heard ba 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 ba. Now you know what you're hearing, right? You're hearing a tikiyah, and you're hearing a hysteria and a tikiyah, right? So you now have, I said, the formula of what the whole mitzvah is, right? Is that clear to everybody? I think it should be very clear, right? Everybody say clear? Yeah. Now, they learn out from Sukkim that whatever you do it three, whatever kol it is, you do it 3 times. So, according to what I'm saying, you should have this set, the set of 3. Just do it. You have this set 1, set 2, set 3, right? We say shvarim trua, that's it. You have shvarim, that's it. And the trua, that's it. So it should be, just 3 sets, right? Right? So why do you have more than that? Because they learn out from the Psukim that the mitzvah of shofar, whatever the sound is, you have to do it 3 times, right? You have to do the mitzvah, just like, you have to put 4 parshas into your tefillin, right? 4 parshas, that's the mitzvah. 4 parshas. Daled minim, right? You have to take a little of esek, 4 minim, right? So we learn that from Sukkim, that whatever that sound is, that crying sound is, preceded and followed by the shofar, you got to do it 3 times, right? So that means you got tashrat, tikiyah, shvarim trua tikiyah, right? You have to do it 3 times. you have to do tekiah. Now you're going to have to try that other kind, right? The shvarim in the middle of the sandwich, right? Nuclear fission. And now you have to try the trua 3 times, right? Tekiah, trua, and tekiah. So it comes out, right? You know, take off your shoes and socks, you know, count your toes, right? On your fingers, whatever, right? So it comes out that you have tekiah, shvam, tekiah, shvam, trua, tekiah. You have to do that 3 times. You have to do tekiah, shvar, tekiah 3 times. And you have to do tekiah, trua, tekiah 3 times, right? So this is what it's all about. Now you can understand all those sounds that you hear. It's really very simple. What's going on there? It's not just like a million sounds. If you understand, you know, the basis of it and the principle and the structure of it, this is what it's all about. That's all the sounds that you hear, right? So it comes out from this whole thing. How many kolos are there altogether? Any mathematicians here, right? So you have tekiah, shvam, trua, tekiah 3 times, and you have tekiah, shvar, tekiah 3 times, and tekiah, trua, tekiah 3 times. So how much does that come out, Rabbi Zay? It should come out?
30?
30, right. There's a future magician, a mathematician. Right, so it comes out to be 30. So, you know, you hear people talk about, or it says in Halacha, the 30 kolas midoraisa. This is what the 30 kolas are. That's what it is. So very simple. If you understand the principle of it, very, very simple. I hope that I was able to give it over to you, like clearly. The format is tekiah, cry, tekiah, and then you have a machlekes, what that cry is, a 3-way machlekes. So you have to do all 3 ways, and then that machlekes, each one gets its own 3 times, because the mitzvah in the Torah is to do whatever that kol is 3 times. So it comes out to be 30. So that's what you hear. You know, the 30 kolos deraisa. Let's say, you know, like chas v'shalom, you know, somebody's sick or something, you have to blow shofar for them. So you blow for them the 30 kolos, right? When you say blow for them the 30 kolos, this is the 30 kolos. The 30 kolos is really, the 30 kolos is really one of the kolos, right? A tekiah, a cry, and a tekiah, that you want to do it 3 times, but you want to be yaitza 3 shitas. So now it comes out that to be yaitza the 3 shitas, it comes out to be 30, right? Why is it important to know about this? Why is it important to know about this? First, it's it's important to know what you're listening. Like, it's not just a jumble of a chant, of a goulash, of all kinds of different sounds. Now you know what it is. It should be very clear, you know, what you're hearing, what they're blowing in Rosh Hashanah. But besides that, Rabbi Say, let's say you're in you're in a massive, which you should never be in, but like it's an emergency or whatever it is, and you only have time, like you don't have time for 30 kolos. So you say, well, you know, it's either all or nothing. There's no point of putting on tefillin with just 3 parshas, right? It's nothing. So you say, well, it's either all or nothing. There's no point of blowing if you can't blow 30 kolos, right? That's what some people would say. But after we you know, this discussion, so by all means, you could blow less. In other words, one of these 3 shitas is a dova shalem. In other words, like let's say tekiah, trua, tekiah, right? So there are shitas that hold that of the opinion that was given on Har Sinai, tekiah, trua, tekiah. So you could pick one of those 3 shitas, and if you don't have time, just to pick one of these 3 shitas and blow that shita, tekiah, trua, tekiah 3 times, right? And you're absolutely doing the right thing, right? Because one of the tanoim in the Gemara holds that was the right way. So it's absolutely okay to pick one of those 3 shitas and go with that shita, do that shita 3 times. You get that, Rabbi said? So if you understand the structure of this, there's absolutely nothing wrong at all with picking one of these three shitas and blowing that, right? Sometimes you have to blow in the hospital, right? They ask you to blow in the hospital. And you have to go around to the, to 30 wards without exaggeration. You have no time to do, the 30 koilis in every ward. So you have to make it short as you could. So you pick one of the three shitas, let's say tarat, you call that trua, right? The staccato, the hysteria in music, a broken sound, any of you studied music, so that's called staccato sound, right? So that staccato sound, the hysteria is called trua. That's that broken sound, and so you can pick that, and you're going to blow that in all the wards, tekiah, trua, tekiah, 3 times, right? It just takes, it could take a few seconds, the whole thing, and you run through the hospital, every ward, because if you're going to do more than that, you wouldn't have time to hit the whole hospital. So you have to do something. So you can do the tekiah, staccato, and tekiah in all the wards. The next ward, right? 3 times, right? So if you understand what's going on, so it makes sense. It makes sense to do that, right? Everybody's saying? So one of the benefits of doing what we just did today, if you have a true comprehension of the whole picture, the structure, so there's nothing wrong if you picked one of the shitas and just did that, right? Is that clear? Everybody's saying? Okay, so I said that when you finish today, you're not going to deserve any certificates or awards or anything. So maybe I should take it back. If you understand that, so you deserve a certificate. You took your first course, passed a BA in shofar. Yes.
We're trying to figure out how do you get the 30 sounds again? If you have 3 sounds.
Shvar true is 2.
Shvar true is true. So it's 5 sounds. And so and there's 3 different opinions, so it's 5, 5, 5.
We'll calculate later.
We'll do it later.
Yeah, so I had to get 30.
Okay. So I'll show you a quick way of how to say that. Tashrat, right? Tekiah, shrom shvua tekiah, that's 4, right?
Times 3.
And tashat is 3, and tarat is 3, so that's 10, right?
Okay. Oh, they're all different. I mean, you said they were different. I just didn't. How is they're different? Because they're different opinions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you said. Yeah.
No, they're different. Yeah, they're different. We just. Sorry.
Okay, clear, everybody say clear. Okay. I guess maybe we owe you a little demonstration. If you like to hear a little demonstration, right? So we'll show you here. Okay, we got it. Okay. Okay. So here's the shofar, everybody say. I brought the shofar with me because it just I'm always looking for good, for shofars. Any of you play music, a wind instrument, let's say, the shofar is like a trumpet. It's on the principle of the trumpet. Any of you play the trumpet? No?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So the shofar is in the principle of a trumpet. So those instruments are very regular. The mouthpieces are made, regular sizes, right? So it's more or less a regimented. I don't know, word to use for a standard. It's a programmed, a programmed piece of art to make the instrument, right? But the shofar, even though it works in that principle, but each animal is different, and each lip is different. So you can have a shofar that can be soft. You can have a shofar that is very, very loud. Right? It's an uncontrolled piece of instrument that each animal can produce a horn, horn that can, together with the one that blows it, can make different variations of how the sound is. Anyway,
Which animal?
okay, the shofar, which I say again is a horn, comes from a kevis, from a sheep. Comes from a sheep. According to everybody, all opinions, it must come from a sheep, right? Except there's a big machlekes between most of the Meforshim, the Poskim, and the Rambam. Most Meforshim hold that lechatchila, you understand, they understand this, no? Lechatchila, it should be from a sheep, and b'di'evet, it can be from other animals, right? Of course, kosher animals. The Rambam is of the opinion that it can only be from the sheep. In other words, if it's from any other animal, it's puzzle. Right? But the shofars that you find on the market, in the street, in the stores, I don't think they have to be concerned. They probably, all of them, come from the sheep. Right? They come from factories and they come from flocks. It's not that they go walking around the countryside and say, "Hey, can I buy his horns?" It's done in mass production from flocks of sheep. So you don't have to worry that from an alligator or from a porcupine or something. Okay. But the only thing that's interesting about it is that if you're familiar with sheep, sheep. The sheep that I'm accustomed to seeing, and you probably never saw like a sheep that has such a horn like this, little tiny horns, right? So if that question bothers you, you're online, on mark, because the sheep that we see, especially in America, are small little things like this. You don't seem like this. And I was troubled by this, and I did an investigation, and I came to the knowledge that these shofars, most of them come from Morocco.
Yeah.
Right, and there they have flocks of sheep that have like very big horns, right?
My parents are from Morocco.
And did they ever tell you that about the sheep and the horns? No. Anyway,
I don't want to brag about it.
So it seems like in Morocco they have these flocks of sheep with these very, very big horns on it. So that's where most of these things come from. Okay, so the reason why I selected this shofar to bring with me today because I found it has an exceptionally loud voice. So I thought that you would enjoy hearing it. Okay, so what we're going to do is that I'll just demonstrate what we just discussed. Right, you have the tekiah, and then you have the cry sound. We call the shvur. The order of how they usually do it is tekiah, shvur, shrua, and tekiah, and then the tekiah, shvur, tekiah, and the tekiah, shrua, tekiah, right? Okay.
Bacher asked me before if we alternate shvur and shvur. Instead of going from trua, if we go true shvur, would that be okay?
Once again.
No, instead of shvur trua, go true shvur. That would be okay.
Oh, true tekiah.
True shvur.
Right. So, that's an excellent question. Who asked that question? Oh, yes. It seems that maybe you have an neshama of an Amora and the Gemara, because the Gemara asked that question. In other words, if they made a takana to be that shita of the shvar and shrua, so why don't they do true shvarim also? So the Gemara says the reason why we do that, the shvar and shrua, is because that's the way of crying, followed by the staccato. But like nobody cries, usually you don't cry with the hysteria and then with the sobbing. So we don't do it that way. The Gemara says that would be possible. because that's not how you cry. Very good. Okay. So here we go. That's the short tour.
The other way of blowing shvarm.
What?
There's another way of blowing shvarm.
Right. So, but I didn't want to really go into. First, we just get basic. Call. Right. So, I just did a shvarm, for you. This is a song, right? It's a song. I don't want to overwhelm you with first. Let's just do this, right? And then we'll have a little sub discussion about the shvarim, right? So we got that. That's clear, right? It's good. Everybody understand it? Any questions about it? So now we do the tashat, the tekiah from tekiah. Right, you hear a song. Now we have the true right? Okay, clear? Any questions, right? Okay, now, but the Rosh Hashiva just mentioned now, again, I don't want to overwhelm you with, too much complications, but in the Shever itself, which is the Psalm, right, so there seems to be also a little bit of variation in that sobbing, right? The most simple way of doing it is as I just demonstrated for you, but there are some people, not people, congregations, so, around the world that have the saw like a broken saw. The way I demonstrated with you is a straight saw. Some congregations, and there are many of them around the world, that have a broken saw, right? Like different ways of breaking it. Dependent on many different congregations around the world, but the two basic kinds of saw is either a straight saw, like I just did, or a broken saw. I'll just demonstrate. That's a type of broken saw, right? So I don't want to, I think, Baruch Hashem, if you absorb what we did today, you get it clear. So I don't want to, like you say, throw the book at you, but those are two basic variations of the saw, right? I'll just, now that I gave you two kinds of sobs, so I'll say just another point. Again, Rabbi said, I told you this whole field is very deep and very elaborate, and we're just giving the basic structure of everything, which I think I gave over. I think Baruch Hashem very clear, and absorb it, Rabbi said, and take it in. It should be part of your bones. There, just like I just said, there's two kinds of sobbing. There's a variation in the staccato also. In other words, the trua, which is basically like say a staccato, da 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 da. There are certain communities all around the world that they blow the trua sound like a connected kind of sound without breaking it. The way I did it was staccato, what you call breaking, like this.